She's at a place in her life where peace is a priority and negativity cannot exist. She's no longer matching energy. She's simply removing herself from any situation that doesn't vibrate her soul. So if you start moving funny, she's moving on.
What's up, my Vina loves? This is Vina D coming to you all from Vina Team News. So most of you are aware that our girl Kenya Moore was on the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Season 1. Phaedra Parks, Eva Marcel, and some other ladies are going to be on Season 2. Brandy and whoever else, okay, are going to be on Season 2. So she's been making her rounds promoting the show. Michael, of course, Michael Rappaport, yes, that guy, did the interview. And we're going to skip directly to the Kandi part, all right? He basically asked her, what is your opinion of Kandi? And Phaedra responded, I've seen Kandi, out and about. Kandi is a great businesswoman. And basically whatever happened between us was 6 years ago. I'm yachting in Dubai. Basically she's on yachts in Dubai. And I'll leave the girls in Atlanta on the Titanic, okay? The audience and Michael didn't get it right away. You know how when Kenya Moore shaded Marlo with the icon, and ex-con, and the entire audience went crazy, and Michael was like, oh my gosh, and it was high five. Or when she basically said Marlo was a never was on Watch What Happens Live, and there was a reaction.
Here's Beza.
I'd rather be a has-been than a never was.
Oh boy. Here's Beza from Maryland.
Well, the audience did not get Phaedra rehearsed read, and it was dead silence. But this is not my first time hearing this. Phaedra did another interview a few months ago, and she said that very same line. So, of course, we already know Phaedra and her rehearsed reads. And when the interview, that clip was reposted on different social media pages, you had people leaving comments like, Kandi is richer, she can afford a yacht or the yacht in Dubai if she wants to. And I'm just like, that's not what Phaedra meant. Phaedra was shading the ratings of the show. She was saying that the show is a sinking ship. So then Kandi was on live. I don't think this was Instagram. I think she was on Amazon. And someone was reading out questions to her from her supporters, and this is what Kandi had to say about what Phaedra said.
You know what? It was kind of funny because I feel like it was a compliment and a shade at the same time. Like one time, at the one moment, Phaedra said, oh, Kandi is a very good businesswoman. And then she said something about the show and how she being a friend of the show in Dubai, riding in yachts, and that she leaving us on a sinking ship. It's okay. She's a professional shade queen, and I don't even take nothing personal. I don't even care. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't care. It's all good. I'm happy that she's happy in her life, honey. And whoever is liking the post with somebody shading me, I don't even care about that. Have you ever honestly liked a post and you didn't realize the person was shading?
Yeah. And you was like,
and then you find out later, you be like, oh, I didn't mean to, so I don't try to look too much into that. Now, mind you, I do know that sometimes people do be trying to be shady by liking certain things. And I see you. That's how I look at it. I see you, I take note, mental note, and I just move forward. Because guess what? This girl right here has so many things coming that I don't even have time to really worry about when somebody shaded me, for real. Not trying to be funny, seriously.
In other words, Kandi is basically saying, I'm booked, blessed, and too busy. Booked, blessed, and busy to pay attention to whatever Phaedra Parks have to say. However, the same way how Phaedra answered questions about me on the Wendy Williams show, I have every right to answer the same questions when I'm asked, and that's all I'm doing. Because you had people saying things like, oh, Kandi, you're pressed. Oh, if you didn't care, you would have ignored that question. I say okay for Phaedra to do interviews and answer questions about Kandi, but when Kandi responds, then Kandi is the one who's desperate and pressed and looking for attention from a woman who wanted to destroy her entire career. Why people want to just pretend like this woman didn't do something so disgusting to this other woman. It's okay to forgive and move on, but it's understandable to not forget and understand how someone attempted to ruin someone's entire career. So when Phaedra supporters and other people just want to pretend like this woman did not go to the lowest of the low to destroy Kandi, I just be shaking my head. The same way how she can go on every interview and answer questions about Kandi. Kandi is entitled to answer back if she wants to. And she did not even say anything bad about Phaedra. So, miss me with that. Oh, she cares. If she didn't care, she wouldn't have responded. And based on how Kandi responded, she wished Phaedra well. I wish her well in her life. She laughed about it and she moved on. And if Kandi did not answer, it would have been, oh my gosh, she's so upset that she had to skip the question. Oh, yeah, just extra. What Phaedra Parks did to Kandi Burruss will never, ever be okay. Never, ever be okay. So I understand we cannot move on. Kandi, forgive her and all of that. But it would never, ever be okay. So when people desperately try to make Phaedra Parks happen, I'm just like, are you serious? It will never, ever be okay for someone to take it that far. It's a reality TV show, okay? And it's so disgusting that when she and her husband was lying on somebody else, it was okay. That person was getting bullied, dragged, the character assassination. It was disgusting. Everyone jumped on that hate bandwagon. Okay? And then she went and did that to Kandi. It will never ever be okay to have someone on a reality TV show that doesn't know when to say when. Okay? Alright, you know what? I'm upset right now. We can shade each other, read each other, but that's it. But for you to go that far to want to destroy somebody on a show, that's beyond disgusting, and it will never be okay. And if Bravo wants to bring Phaedra back so bad, and Phaedra end up learning her lesson and repeating, that's on Bravo. And yes, for those of you leaving comments on other platforms that she got off too easy, absolutely she did. The network begged Kandi, and based on whatever agreement they came up with, Kandi was willing to move on, because the fact that she was able to prove that it was a lie. I don't care what Phaedra supporters say, bring her back, it will never be okay. And another thing, the same people doing all of this bring Phaedra back. Who is Phaedra without the lies and the people she tried to destroy? Phaedra comes back, and after 1 or 2 episodes of her spending time with her kids, all of you screaming for her to come back will be bored all over again. This is not the Phaedra we asked for. Phaedra is not Phaedra Parks Reed. Y'all will be bored. This is not the Phaedra ever be okay with me. But I do wish Phaedra the best. When people show you who they are, believe them. The Kandi have said it over and over again. I don't have the power to block Phaedra Parks from coming back on the network. However, I will gracefully bow out if that's what the network wants to do. If the network wants to bring Phaedra Parks back, I will gracefully excuse myself and bow out, and she can come back. But I will never share the same platform with a woman that was willing to go that low for a check. Lastly, and I'll move on from this side of the story, call Porsha fake, a liar, and regardless of how fake the apology was or how much of an actress Porsha was that day, at least Porsha had remorse. Porsha apologized. Porsha went above and beyond, yes, to save her peach, but to prove that, look, if I have to throw my friend under the bus and say, you told me to my face that Kandi told you. You never said you heard it from somebody else. The fact that Porsha had remorse, even though it came out later that she knew allegedly that Phaedra lied. But the fact that she apologized. She cried. She did her normal let me throw a tantrum. Okay? That's the reason why when Kandi run into her at events and places and she wants to take a picture with her, Kandi takes a picture. But there's never ever a, oh, my girl Portia and I went on family vacation together with our men. Or, oh, Portia came over for dinner. There's never. Every time you see Portia and Kandi in pictures together, it's either Kandi was at an event, Portia just happened to be there, and they ran into each other. Or when Portia was on the show, and after seasons of apologizing, Kandi finally said, okay, let me go ahead and be cool. It doesn't mean I forgot. That's the reason why I would never ever be in the same room with you by myself or just me and my husband because of that lie. That will never happen. However, if I run into you at events and you want to take pictures, cool. The difference is Phaedra Parks is still running with the lie that somebody told her. She have absolutely no remorse. She thinks it's funny publicly to pretend like she doesn't care. She completely ignores, okay, how heavy and how deep and how far she went to destroy this woman. Phaedra knows she messed up. She knows behind closed doors that she did a terrible thing. However, she's one of those people that is fake it until you make it. She's, for the public, I'm going to fake it and pretend like my life is perfect. Everything is going great. When deep down inside, it's a hot mess. So that's the difference as well. Phaedra still not taking accountability and just genuinely saying, I'm sorry for what I did. Why would I want to work with someone who still think they did absolutely nothing wrong to me? Why? You have to draw the line somewhere when it comes to all money and good money. And I applaud Kandi for that. There have to come a time where you have to choose yourself, your peace, your mental health, and everything else over a check. You want me to be in the same room and tolerate my abuser, tolerate the person who wanted to destroy my life. Absolutely not. Yes, other people have a high tolerance of being around people who did some not so pleasant things to them, but not everyone is the same. And I applaud Kandi for putting her foot down and saying, absolutely not. I'm not doing it. And if you want to bring her back, sure, it's your platform, it's your show. I will gracefully bow out because guess what? I'm Kandi Burruss, okay? The same way I can pitch all of these shows to Bravo, trust and believe, I can go to another network. They will pick up my shows within a heartbeat. The Real Housewives of Atlanta have been on 14 seasons, okay? When something is new, fresh, exciting, that's when the ratings are off the charts, okay? When something been on for this long, of course the ratings will be up and down. And then I'm not making excuses for the girls in Atlanta, but for a show that been on for 14 seasons, they are doing very well, okay? The show normally comes on in November. The show is coming on at a completely different time slot. Okay, times have changed. Now, show me the numbers, not just TV, but streaming, the DVR and all of that. Because not too many people are running home. Let me turn this TV on at 8 p.m. when it's hot outside. I got dinner plans, having a great time. Let me run home at 8 p.m. to watch The Real Housewives of Atlanta. It is not like that anymore. If I can put this on pause, okay, have my DVR capture it or watch it on the streaming platforms the next day, that's what I'm going to do. I personally, there are some shows that I love that I will intentionally not watch. I will wait until the entire season is over and it's uploaded, then binge watch the entire season. Imagine artists, rappers, singers, just artists now getting 100 million streams on Spotify, and then their pure sales is like, doesn't even compare to that number. Because most people are not going to the stores anymore and physically buying CDs, albums. That's not happening anymore. Times have changed. It's all about the streaming platforms. So also factor that in. I guarantee you, if you factor in the TV ratings plus all of the streaming platforms, DVR, all of that, the girls are doing way over the numbers that's being reported. So they're still doing well. If you watch the interview, Phaedra talked about, Sheree, because Sheree and Phaedra have something in common. They both, dated. One was married to men in prison. So she talked about she and Annie being cool and a bunch of other things, okay? Because I'm not going to talk about it because we all know Phaedra knows how to tell a lie. Like the lie about she not wanting to be back on the Housewife. Girl, bye, okay? You of all people, you ended up on marriage boot camp. You were in a fake relationship, allegedly. And you and Claudia Jordan X did the show for a check. Then you ended up on Braxton's Family Values. May her soul rest in peace. With Tracy Braxton on a few episodes. Then you're on Girls Trip. Then you went all the way to Dubai to be on whatever, how many seconds you're going to be on the show for. So if reality TV and you desperately needing a check and wanting to be back on TV, especially this franchise, wasn't important to you, you wouldn't be doing all of these other shows. You can't come back because they chose Kandi over you. And that's just that. But like I said, Phaedra is the queen of don't let them see you sweat. Fake it until you make it. And she will continue to be that person. And that's her downfall. So if you watched the interview, you saw all of those. My focus was Kandi. And I 100% agree with Kandi responding because she can if she wants to. And I agree with Kandi putting her foot down. And I'm aware that pure sales are the purchase of an album, either physical or digital. Okay, I'm aware of that. However, I was just making the point that when it comes to the physical copies part, it will always be lower because people are not physically going in stores and buying, albums and CDs anymore like they used to. Anyways, I'm wishing all of you well and take care.
And here my final loves. Thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.